Tonight, we've learned that the Baker administration has made moves to weaken what experts say is one of the most fundamental consumer protections in Massachusetts law, which is the law on credit cards. It's clear a seller cannot impose a surcharge when you pay with a credit card.
But when a consumer came to our Ben Simoneau with a steep credit surcharge at a well-known car dealer, he found a potentially expensive loophole. Take a look.
It just felt wrong.
When Paulette Nickerson took her 11-year-old Honda to the service shop at Bach Honda in Norwood, she knew she was in for an expensive repair bill, $1,500, but did not expect to be hit with a 3% fee on top of that for using her credit card.
Immediately, I said to them, 3% in addition? That's not right. And they said, well, that's our policy. And I said, well, it's a lousy policy.
In text messages with Paulette, her service advisor called it a surcharge for paying with a credit card. On a receipt, the fee was listed as a, quote, non-cash adjustment. Either way, it totals an extra $46.
I knew it wasn't right. I was caught between a rock and a hard place.
So after she paid, Paulette looked up Massachusetts law, which says, quote, no seller in any sales transaction may impose a surcharge on a cardholder who elects to use a credit card.
In my view, this particular practice would go against the law.
Deirdre Cummings is a consumer expert at MassPerg, a nonprofit public interest research group. She reviewed Paulette's case and says the state law on credit cards is simple.
You can offer a discount to your customers for using cash, but you may not increase the cost if you're using a credit card.
That explains why gas stations are allowed to charge a lower price for drivers who pay with cash, but businesses are not supposed to impose a surcharge for using a credit card.
It protects consumers from that typical bait and switch when somebody advertising a product for sale and when a consumer goes to the cash register, it's more money. In this situation, that business should not be surcharging for using a credit card.
But we found just last year, the State Division of Banks, part of the Governor's Office of Consumer Affairs, told Bach Honda they were permitted to charge the fee as long as they met conditions, including hiring an outside credit card vendor to process the transactions and in return collect the fee. That nearly $50 non-cash adjustment Paulette was charged. Bach Honda's parent, a company called DCD Automotive Holdings, which bought the Bach dealerships back in 2015, asked regulators to agree the fee was okay. DCD says it does not get any part of the fee. Other organizations have been given similar opinions by the Division of Banks, notably the Diocese of Worcester, for parents to pay Catholic school tuition with a credit card. And plenty of cities and towns take credit cards for utility or tax bills, which also come with an added fee. But consumer experts say those examples are different from a car dealer.
Those institutions aren't really retailers. They're not in the business of taking money and cash and all that. So they're not really set up to do it. If you go to pay a bill at the town hall, you know they're not a business. They're not doing retail transactions. So that's the difference here.
It's the job of Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey to enforce this credit card law, but her office would only say if someone believes they were illegally overcharged, they should file a complaint. Some experts say there's nothing to stop any other business from asking for the same permission, which would totally destroy the law.
This business is pretty big, and this trend is happening here, then we ought to be concerned it may be happening in other places.
We asked the leaders of DCD Automotive Holdings for an on-camera interview, but they turned us down. They did say they notified their customers by email when these fees began last year, and there are signs posted throughout the dealership, including at the cashiers. They also told us they believe other car dealerships in the state use the same third-party credit card vendor. In the newsroom, I'm Ben Simoneau, WCVB News Center 5.